My good people, I told myself and a few of y'all that I actually would not be here for this video again. I actually had resolved in my mind to just leave this alone. You know what I'm saying? I was just gonna let it be. But then, man, like I get off of, streaming and recording and things of that nature. Go to the grocery store. What's playing over the radio as I'm picking out avocados? Not like us. All over social media, I'm sometimes I'll make different edits. See basketball highlights going up. Not like us. Gymnastic highlights going up. Not like us. Man, it had gotten so crazy. I saw it, man, listen to me. I saw this one video on Instagram where these folks were singing Not Like Us in church. It was like one of them choir praise and worship renditions, but they done remixed Not Like Us and it was playing in church service. I said, oh, no. Y'all done took this way too far. This is crazy. So, first of all, shout out to everybody tuning in live. There's a high chance that this whole video may get blocked or taken down. I don't know yet what's going to happen, but I plan on checking this music video out. I did take a listen to the song already. That either is up or that might be the video I didn't put up. I can't remember which one it was. But the thing about this, one of the reasons I wanted to come on here and speak about it is we caught a lot of flack on the last video that we did. And I'm going to tell y'all specifically why. And this kind of ties into why I actually stopped covering this little beef rap battle thing for a second. It just started going too far, man. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of the feedback and comments was like, oh, y'all didn't say that when Drake said XYZ. But then when Kendrick got on there, yada, yada, ding, 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 y'all want to back out. And some people call that's him solidifying his dub. I think that's when I realized, like, yo, this is kind of getting a little scary. And then, some stuff transpired after that, which I'm not saying is in direct correlation of that incident or the beef or not. There was some violence that occurred, some people who got touched, by guns and things of that nature. But one of the interesting things that I'll say about this is before this Not Like Us song, I did not necessarily have a clear winner in my head in regards to what this rap battle stuff revealed. I don't know no more, y'all. I do not know. Teddy Hive, what's going on? Planet Lex, what's going on? Kate, what's going on? Oh, and somebody brought out my LA hat. Listen, y'all, I promise this is not biased. If you've seen me on the channel before, you've seen me with this LA hat on before, regardless of the... Golly, I know what it seems like, but it's not that. I promise it's not that. But without further ado, we're going to stop all the chapping, stop all the yattering. I just made up a word. I'm going to check out this Not Like Us music video. And then most importantly, I'm going to give y'all some of my thoughts on here, but I want to hear from y'all as well. I'll be taking and addressing some questions live. And I want to hear from y'all as well. And I know I've been accused of, bars flying over my head and things of that nature. So I got me a piece of paper today and a pen. I don't know how much I'm going to be writing down, but I do plan on writing down a few things for sure, just so that I can remember what I wanted to speak about. Because, brother Kendrick, man, he has a whole novel in his lyrics sometimes. Without further ado, let's go on and get straight to it. And again, the reason why some of this stuff may be just so to me is because I haven't really tapped into rap battles or rap beefs like that before. It's not, come on, y'all listen to like CHH. So this is a whole nother lane. Let's get to it, man. Not Like Us, checking out the music video for the song. Let's get it.
I am reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on, honey, all my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli, hot key.
And just as an introduction, the pause button will be working a little bit. And sorry, y'all. Normally when I edit my videos, I cut out all the cussing, all the profanity, all the vulgar stuff in there. Because this is live, you may hear a little bit of that. But yeah, and then also pauses, things kind of hit me. So back into it.
Keep a horn on me, that come my seat. IP ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet.
What is my boy wearing though? It's kind of first. It look like a YouTube play button without the play.
What's the password?
That? I see dead people.
Bro, they legit made a whole music video to this diss song. This is crazy. Okay.
Mustard on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a freak, throw man down, call like.
Okay, hey, off bat, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This beat is going crazy. Like, it's one of those, like, bro, you gotta tell yourself to, like, be careful with the dancing, because I don't know what all he was saying that I'm just jigging to, but the dance goes crazy. I mean, the song goes crazy and it makes you want to dance, and that's what I've been seeing a lot of the social media videos of, are people just getting jiggy with it.
Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro. Nella nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to
He's
see
so
Compton?
chill with it,
The
though.
industry can hate me. Fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many
He didn't mean
options.
that.
I'm finna pass
He
on his
probably did,
body.
though.
I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching.
You see, that's that stuff that is like, you be going too far, man. And how far is too far, y'all? How far is too far? Especially all my God-fearing people out there. How far is too far?
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified Boogeyman, I'm the one that up the
That
score
was
with
crazy.
him. Walk him down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pole on him, extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say Drake.
So I know Drake had that one, 50 push-up song? Is he really gonna hit 50 of them?
To any bitch that talk to him and they in love.
Okay,
just
so he
make
can't
sure
do
you
his push-ups.
hide your
He let
little
them know
sister
now.
from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing
Getting a
with his
little
nose
pumpy,
now. And Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boys.
And I ain't gonna lie, one thing, my boy Slick E is fresh and he looks like he's in some like Walmart prison gear though. It don't matter about what you wear, it's how you wear it. Golly, he kind of is fresh with that. Oh, wow.
Fuck 'em up.
Hey, hold on, let me read the disclaimer. And I'm no OVOs were harmed during the making of this video. But these folks be so petty. These folks be
Too much
so
stuff. Why you
petty,
trolling
bruh.
like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
My boy jigging on a hopscotch. That's
They
crazy.
not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not
Oh
like
my
us.
goodness.
They not like us. They not like
But they
us.
got the whole hood
You think
out
they
there.
gon' let you disrespect
He got DJ
Pop, nigga?
Mustard in the car?
I think that Oakland show gon' be your last stop, nigga. They cold foul. I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl?
We're gonna talk
Niggas and
about
bird
this, 'cause
bitches.
this right here might be an
The audience
indication
not
of
dumb. Shape the stories how you want.
why
Ain't Drake,
everybody
they're
is
not
rocking
slow.
with him.
Rabbit
Who
hole is
else we
still
got in the
deep.
background?
I can go further, I promise. Ain't there something be rest? That's for bitching. You Malibu most wanted. Ain't no law boy, you ball boy.
Hey, that
Fresh
car is
Gatorade or
crazy.
something. Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping. You
Who
niggas
is
get a
that?
wedgie. Be flipped
I'm
over
pretty
your
sure he got
boxes.
some, like,
All over your
cameos
phone.
back there.
The other vaginal option. Pussy, nigga better straighten they posture. Got famous all up in contact. Might write this with a doctor. Tell a pop star quit hiding. Fuck a caption,
Was
won't
that
action.
YG,
No
man? Who was
accident.
that?
I'm hands on. He fuck around, get polished. Fucked on Wayne Grow like he was in jail. That's conniving. Then get his face tatted like a bitch apologizing. I'm glad.
Bro, I didn't even mean to pause right here. This disrespectful. Why he got D Rose in here, bro? He played for Toronto. What is he doing on this video? I thought we gonna talk about this at the end,
Andy
bro.
Rose came home, y'all didn't deserve him neither. From Alondra down to Central, nigga better not speak on Serena.
DeMar
Hey, homeboy needs
DeRozan,
a
bro,
peanut. That predator
ain't you
moving
supposed to
flocks.
be on
And they
Drake's
ain't
time?
gotta
He
be
plays for
registered.
Chicago
They just
now,
don't
but
know watch. I lean on you niggas like another line of walk. Years all eyes on me and I'ma send it up the pot. Ay,
He
put the
is from
roll
Cali,
label
though.
on me,
I
I'ma
forgot
get 'em
about
dropped.
that.
Ay, sweet chin music and I won't pass the
They
ox.
going
Ay,
crazy
how
on the
many
dance.
stocks do I really have in stock? Ay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Ay, devil is a lie. Here's 69 God. Ay, freaky ass niggas need to stay their ass inside. Ay, roll their ass up like a fresh pack of Zod.
Bro,
Ay,
how many
city is back
folks
up,
do
it's
they
a
got
must,
out
we
there?
outside. Ay. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Whoa.
They not like us. They not like
Bro,
us.
this is crazy, bro. I'm
Once
not
upon
gonna
a
lie.
time, all of us was in chains. Homie still
Oh, they
double
got the
down,
choreograph
calling us
too
some
with-
slaves. Atlanta was the Mecca.
I will
building
say this. I'm
railroads.
gonna say this. I will say this. I will say this. And somebody let me know what TDE means because I have no idea. I like how Kendrick is kind of just staying chill with it. Because I was curious if he can get down like how I've been seeing everybody in the dances get down. Because it seems like sometimes for the people who really can't dance like crazy, you just kind of keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? You just keep it right there and you let everybody else show out around you. Cause it's like, you may not know I could get loose or I might not can, but you'll never know because I kept it simple.
Trains, bear with me for a second. Let me
somebody in the chat told me that stands for Top Dog Entertainment.
Fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you. This the real nigga challenge. You caught Future when you didn't see the club. Hey, what? Little baby help you get your lingo up. What? 21 get your first street cred. Thug makes you feel like you a slime in your head.
Hey, this is the thing, bro. You don't. This is the tricky part when it comes to this rap battle beef stuff. When you start throwing other people in, it puts everybody in an odd predicament because they either gonna vouch for you or they gonna stay out the way or they not gonna rock with you. And sometimes staying out the way and not rocking with you just kind of like go hand in hand sometimes, especially when at this point it's a global beef right now. And this
Rabo said you can be
going
from
back into
But 2 Chainz
all these
say you
different
good, but he
variations of
lied.
dances.
You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer. The family matter and the truth for the matter. Here was God's plan to show y'all the liar.
Okay, so he got the family in this cameo on it, letting them know that all that stuff he was talking about, me and my family straight.
He a fan, he a fan, he a freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God.
All right, who they got in back?
Nigga, he a 69 God.
It's hard for me to tell. I mean, it's everybody. I mean, they even got the cameraman out there. Look at that. That person's supposed to be shooting a video. They in the crowd getting jiggy with it. I don't know if these phones got a crane or a drone or what they got.
God, freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Hey, run for your life. Hey.
They got the gimbal on the thing and everything. No, ain't that I'm trying to see if it's a few people. Is that YG right there? That gotta be him, bro. Or that gotta be him, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what he wearing, but it's kind of fresh. But yeah, the little church shoes on the bottom is crazy.
Then stab this way, stab that way.
Why
then
is
stab
everybody?
This way, stab that way. Are you my friend? Are we locked in?
Why is everybody
stab this way,
turned on my boy though?
Stab this way, stab that way.
Oh, to put the icing on the cake with pettiness, bro. He gonna pull out the owl and have it in a lock cage. Oh man, yeah. They and I thought Drake was ultimate petty when he had the little, this song just showing him getting the van, bro. And these folks are out here chanting. It's probably a legit 700 folks out there. And he is in the midst of them. I see security beside him. Look. He in the midst of them. But I look, big boy right there and big boy right there. Like, all right, we can get hype. But when the video cut off, it's time to go on to chill. All right, directed by Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar. This is interesting. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna have to talk about this. Anything else coming? The font is kind of crazy too.
Well, was recommend.
Y'all, so there it is, man. Checked out the music video. First off, I'm gonna start by analyzing a few things that I saw, and then I want to definitely go to the comments, the chat, to hear some of y'all's thoughts and point out some things that I might have missed as well. First off, sonically, I understand fully how this turned from a diss track to like a hit. The beat on it is crazy. It almost makes me wish that it could have been another song. And I'm going to tell y'all why. When stuff like this, like when people get to talking about people's families, when they're just like dissing folks, it kind of makes it hard to sing along to, like, just for me, period. And I know somebody in the chat asked me, am I a Drake fan? No, I'm not a Kendrick fan either, though. I will acknowledge that both of these gentlemen are exceptional lyricists. There's a reason, though, that I'm not a fan of either one of these gentlemen. And it's because of substance. Outside of this diss stuff, like, there's a difference between glorifying wrongdoing and then talking about your experiences in wrongdoing and talking about how you overcame that or trying to get people out of that. So a lot of times when you glorifying it too much, like whether it be sex, drugs, women, man, whatever, bro, you could be talking about playing video games too much, and I'm gonna be like, "Are you tripping?" But that's why I say I'm gonna go in and answer the question right there. Am I a fan? That's why I say no, I'm not a fan, but I do appreciate that these guys are extremely talented. Let's get into this music video specifically. There might have been a lot of stuff that flew over my head. I'm gonna write down a few things that I wanted to talk about as we get started. I got my piece of paper, so I'm gonna write down something. I told you I'm gonna write down something, so I'm gonna write down something. First thing I want to write down is the fact that I've been curious over the past week. Like, why has it seemed like, and this is my opinion, and I want to hear from y'all. Why does it seem like the world has turned against Drake? Am I the only one who feels like that? And there's multiple different reasons I feel like the whole doggone world has turned against Drake. Not just like a Kendrick fan thing. It feels like the whole world. And I'm gonna emphasize that in two different ways. One, the name of the song is Not Like Us. Us implies, like, I'm not gonna lie, Kendrick, and I feel like he did this a few times on his records when he tried to take ownership of, I'm gonna just say, the black people's perspective in general. Like, I think there was one time when he was like, it sounds weird when you say the N-word. He said that in however rap way he said it. And then with the Not Like Us, it kind of further like associates, like, I feel like it puts Kendrick more in the realm of like average folk. And I don't say average meaning like people who can't do great things, but like the everyday person that you can see yourself kicking it with. And then you do that on top of the fact that he literally is in the midst of everybody as he's rapping it. Sometimes when it comes to these rappers, you get the feeling of like they're so big that they're untouchable. And I do feel like, from my limited knowledge of Drake, he does seem like one of those untouchable, like, you can't just kick it with him unless you got several M's on you, unless you're a rapper, unless you know, some OF girl want to do some crazy. Yeah, we're going to stop it right there. But I feel like y'all understand where I'm coming from. Kendrick, though, I feel like he might have that underdog in him. Like, of course, he's an established artist. He's done some crazy things. I don't know his portfolio or, you know, what do you call it, accolades and things like that he's gotten. But it feels like he has that underdog to him that people want to root for the underdog. And I'm not even calling him an underdog when it comes to lyricism. I'm just saying, like, I feel like he's taken over the people's voice, especially in this rap battle here. I'm going to point out a pivotal moment where I feel like Drake really messed up. When Drake did that AI record, it was like, no, man. No, and I don't even know how that one got to come out. Like, it seems like somebody in his team should have been like, no, bro, this is a rap battle. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't use other people's or deceased people's voice to speak on situations. Like, it just feels weird. Like, even though it's neat, like, it's neat. And I mean, before this, I think they had an AI record of Drake, which came out, which was like, oh, this is the future of AI. This is how music may get made. Like, so it's neat. I just wouldn't do it in a beef. Like, I wouldn't do it in a rap battle. So that right there was kind of weird. On top of the fact that even when we say Not Like Us, another thing Kendrick tried to do in this, and I'm gonna get away from talking about just the music in a second. We'll talk about the music video more specifically. Another thing I saw Kendrick try to do within this song is pretty much say he listed other rappers, like whether it's Future, wow. What's 21, like different. I feel like he pretty much tried to say you use them to pretty much associate yourself or bring yourself closer to us, but you really not like us. So that's almost a strategic diss, because in a way Kendrick brought up other people without dissing them, almost showed them love and put them in a position to where, like, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of gave you props for what you brought to the culture while throwing Drake completely under the bus. So that's why I say it just puts you in a weird predicament when that happens. Let's go to the music video. There was another video that came out. I think people were calling like the Pop Out tour, things of that nature. I hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen the Pop Out video. I've heard that they had a lot of people in it. I think they said Russ was in it. Y'all name me throw me some other people in the chat that they said turned up or that tuned in for it. And because I'm curious to know, because I hadn't seen that one yet. I was thinking about checking that one out. But the thing about it, that goes back into my theory about it seems like the world turned against him, because it seemed like when you start listing all these basketball players that were in here, and including the fact that DeMar DeRozan was in here, it felt like Drake had a hold on like NBA players. It seems like you would always hear NBA players talk about, oh, we kicked it with Drake, or we went to Drake's house and yada, 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 or, you know, Drake came out, invited us. So it's kind of crazy to me to think that like they switched up on him a little bit. That was kind of crazy. And I think some people are listing some people in the chat of people that either came to the pop out or that were in this video. That's the part that throws me off a little bit. Because like, I'm gonna be honest. If this was a simple like, your mama so fat, your hat's on backwards and your shoes never fit. All right, if one of my friends or my acquaintances was rapping along to it being funny, it's like, all right, ha, 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 funny. But when you make the type of claims that Kendrick made within this diss, like, you know, the underage stuff, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff. And then you have other grown men like rapping and jigging to it. I'm gonna be honest. I can't rock with you no more after that. I don't know how y'all feel, especially if it's not, I mean, if it's not true, I can't rock with you after that. Like, I can't. If you jig into a song where somebody's accusing me of doing like the worst things ever, bro, I cannot rock with you when you do stuff like that. And that's another reason why I feel like it feels like the world is against him. And at this point, I'm ashamed to say it, man. I'm gonna just keep it a bean. This song has gotten so hot, I think it no longer matters what the truth is. I'm gonna say it one more time. This song has gotten so hot, I don't even think if it matters that it's true anymore, which is the scary part, because I've always felt, and I've heard it said before, but like, who cares about the truth when a lie is more entertaining? And this song is called like wildfire. The only other song that I can think of right now that seems to be like just as popular that I've just been hearing everywhere is the like the $1 Million Baby song. It's between $1 Million Baby and this. It's like nonstop. I hear it like at least 3 or 4 times a day. It's crazy. And like even when I get off social media, I hear it. Another interesting thing that he did was towards the end of the video. Like, again, I don't know these rappers that much, but I'm assuming that was his wife and children. And if we go back to some of the Drake disses, he was talking about the fact that Dave Free might have been the father of one of those children, which is crazy because you see Dave Free on the credits as being one of the people who directed this. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like he patched up a lot of that stuff in it. And I was always curious, especially with some of the domestic accusations that Drake made, like, what is Kendrick's wife going to say about it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I understand what y'all saying, but a lot of times the thing that can make this stuff most true is if the person who's been being brought up or people who are being brought up speak on this. And I think she didn't even have to speak. She just had to jig to the beat. That's crazy. She didn't have to say nothing, and she might have. I don't know. Y'all put me up on game, or she has put a tweet out, whatever case may be. She was just jigging to the beat, man, with the kids. With one of the kids, I'm assuming you claim was not his. This is wild. But yeah, let's address some of the flack though, because I got on here live because I told y'all I wanted to speak to y'all about this. Not dodging no smoke. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you must be a Drake fan," and this. No. It just got to a level where it was like, I'm peace out. You know what I'm saying? Peace out. And I wanted to tap back into this one. We got a lot of requests to check it out, just to kind of give some of my preliminary thoughts on it. But I will say this. Earlier when y'all saw me in other videos, I was like, man, it's still up there. It's still up for debate. Right now, I'm feeling like this thing is done. I'm feeling like it's over. Like if it was just between them, it would be different. But when you got the whole world backing you, bro, it seems like it's a wrap. It seems like it's a wrap. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up YouTube to go over some of the most spicy comments that I got. I'm going to read them to you. And then yeah, I'm gonna just keep it a beat. So one of the comments I got, I'm gonna leave your names out. If y'all want to go to the previous video and check it out, you can. And said, y'all soft. Was laughing and joking to Drake, but got in your feelings within the first minutes of Kendrick. Ooh, they tried to. Hey, look, I told you I'm not dodging no smoke. We gonna talk about it. It was not as much that. It was one of those things to where sometimes things can be said. You ever heard somebody say like a joke in a roundabout way? And it's different. It's like when you're joking with your friend, bro, shut up, bro, you ugly. And then like they reply, no, shut up, you are ugly. It's like, oh, we're not joking anymore. Like we said the same thing, but it's like, oh, this is not a joke anymore. So it kind of got to that because I feel like Drake was kind of like saying it in a lofty, humorous way or whatever case. And Kendrick did too. When Kendrick had that line about when I see, Sexy Red and Drake standing next to each other, I see two bad female dogs. That was kind of like a humorous bar, petty for sure. And then I think specifically when Drake said the bar about Kendrick is rapping like he's trying to get the slaves freed or stuff like that, it was somewhat humorous just because you think about the inflections and tones of Kendrick's voice. He has a very unique, he has, to me, like out of all the rappers that I've heard out now, he has probably the most unique voice. Like as soon as you hear him, you know exactly who that is. The problem with a lot of rappers now is they try to be so much like other rappers. When you hear them, I think it was Designer and Panda and a few other rappers, was it Future and them? You hear certain songs and it's like, who is that again? I can't remember who it was. I don't feel like there's any mistaking when you hear a Kendrick track, and that could just be me. So anyway, that gives you my thoughts on that particular comment that we got, and like I said, I understand when people hear that, and a lot of y'all keep it a bean. Y'all were coming in here already as Kendrick fans. If we got any people who are fans of Drake, let me know. Let me know if we had some people who are fans of Drake in here, and then y'all heard this and y'all like, no sir. Okay, cool. My only thing is, I draw the line at this because if these accusations are true, why are we making songs about this though? You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's other avenues to get this resolved. I'm gonna just keep it a bean. If this is really true, then law enforcement, somebody needs to be involved. Not not SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify, not them. Now I understand if you try to go to them and they not listening, then it's like, all right, bump it, use another avenue. And I'm not saying people did or did not, but this just seems like, it's a rap battle, so people gonna say whatever. And let's go to another one. Somebody said in the comments, we were 95% lost. Listen to me. I 95% agree with you because I don't know some of the bars. I got my own life to live, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I can't follow. Hold on. Now, his son was born in 2016, but then Drake said so-and-so, but she was pregnant. Bro, I'm not doing all of that. Now, if I remember a song, remember a few things, cool. If I don't, man, y'all fill me in the comments. Speaking of filling me in, man, I do want to give a quick special shout out to all the Patreon people who've been providing us, different things to check out. So much love to them. If you're interested in joining the Patreon, we have different tiers so we can vote on what we watch. Come kick it with us. We got a Discord, all of that stuff right there. You can check out reactions live, almost similar to a format that we do here. But yeah, so there was that one. Let me go to another spicy comment, man. They call him the Boogeyman. I'm glad they brought that up because I want to show the screen real quick. There was one scene in here. I will say this. The hardest scene in this video, in my opinion, was coming up right here. This scene right here is crazy. Let's go back a little bit. This scene right here to me was the hardest one. They jigging a little bit. Yeah, the hiding the Bible. I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of crazy. This scene right here, but that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And I want to know what y'all feel like that represented. Was it one of those like, you can try to hurt me if you want to, but like, I don't even gotta really give you that much attention. I'm gonna deal with you. I'm just shooting stuff against the wall right now. But that just from a music video stance, that was kind of crazy. It's crazy to think that, man, this has turned into a hit, bro. A hit. Y'all feel like this is gonna have a longer runway than Old Town Road? That song that came out by Lil Nas X years ago. It didn't matter where you went, it was just always popping. Y'all feel like it'll have a longer shelf life than that? How are y'all feeling? But yeah, let me go to the chat for a few questions. Y'all talk to me. I'm gonna answer anything that y'all got for me to the best of my ability. So we got one from Kennecore Central says, now Kendrick is not as good if he really thinks Drake was Diddy, then why warning him and just not release Not Like Us? Sorry, I think I might have read that all the wrong way. I know somebody also brought up the fact that DeMar DeRozan said in the interview he still has love for Drake, but Kendrick is an old friend, and that's why he was in the music video. Now, what Drake thinks, I don't know. And I told you how I feel about that. If you're friends with both of these people, you either got to stay neutral, because once you were involved in this music video and that stuff, I'm not going to lie, I cannot rock with you. That's me. Y'all let me know if y'all feel different. If this happened to y'all and it was not true, but it was just taking over the internet by storm, I cannot rock with you. I mean, at this point, to Drake, it must feel like the whole world is against him. Last thing I want to mention about the Drake situation before we touch on other things. I honestly do not know what Drake can do to come back from this. I don't know if he'll either not respond, because I'm telling you, on a scale to 0 to 100, if his next response, if he chooses to do one, is anything less than a 99.5, it is going to make things worse. It is going to make things worse. You can't get away with dropping something that's 90% heat. You can't get away with dropping something that's 85% heat. It has to be 99.8%. I'm telling you, 99.8%. Or doggone Kendrick gonna make you have to get out of Canada at that point. All right, so Olivia Watson speaking on the fact with the friend situation, she says, if you're friends with both, you just stay quiet. Juju Lamar says Drake should leave Kendrick alone. And to think, y'all, all of this started from First Person Shooter? I didn't even think First Person Shooter was that much of a... I didn't even think it was a diss. I didn't even think it was nothing that serious to get to this point. But that's how it always gets when you play fight. You get to play fighting, and then at the end of the day, man, somebody might try to pull out a knife. Let me see how else crazy they was talking in the comments. Somebody said, now we were saying it's too far when Kendrick brings out his family. And then they emphasize, come on, fool. I didn't take the fool with too much anger. Y'all know some places, even up here where I'm at, people like, hey, fool. So I don't know if it's one of those things or if they literally tried to emphasize, come on, fool. I don't know. I try not to take the comments, the ones that are kind of super critical, too crazy, just because I know some people have, cultural things that influence how they type things down. Like I told you, it wasn't what he said as much as how he said it. But what he said was damaging. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Somebody said, wow, I guess Kendrick did his job and make you feel uncomfortable while you let your favorite pop rapper engage with younger. Stop. If one more person tries to tell me that my favorite rapper is Drake, I'm going to invite you to church. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to make a diss record about you. I'm not going to talk crazy to you. I'm going to invite you to church. That's what I'm going to do. Man, matter of fact, since we on the topic, I'm going to tell y'all who I listen to. Shout out Jay Monty, man. Jay Monty. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to get some good use. Since y'all want to know who some of the artists that I listen to are, man, shout out Jay Monty. Man, somebody, matter of fact, y'all tag Jay Monty in the stream. Shout out Jay Monty. Shout out KB. You know what I'm saying? Shout out 1K Few. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the obvious one, Lecrae. Grew up listening to Cray. Who else we got, man? Trip Lee, Tadashi, listen to some Swoop. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Gordon. I've been listening to a little bit of Miles Minnick lately. These are folks that I listen to. So I'm not gonna lie. When you come from that CHH to this, it's like, oh, it's a whole nother world over here. Olivia Watson said they say Lecrae is controversial. They do. I've heard that several times before. I've actually been to a live Lecrae concert, and I have a lot of love for Lecrae. He really helped. His music, I'll say, really helped me as I was growing up. I do remember at one of the concerts that I saw, that I went to live, he did in fact say that he would never do some of the things that he has done or is doing now. I will say that. And then, you know, people talk about growth and things of that nature. I will say this, point blank period. I know we kind of got off topic with the Kendrick thing. I'll say this point blank period. I do think as a Christian hip hop artist, there's a ceiling that you most likely will hit. Because if I'm being honest, the world don't want to hear that. They don't. They want to hear not like us and things like that. I'm going to just keep it a bean. They not trying to hear that, bro. You think they're going to be playing some praise and worship remix with some rap on it in a club? No, they're not. And I'm not telling people not to continue doing music that glorifies the Lord. I'm just saying, like, some artists, if you're real with yourself, you know there comes a time that if you want that extra million subs or that extra million views, you're going to have to compromise. And you're going to have to determine whether or not you want to stay true to the crowd. I would say, man, it's so many Christian hip hop artists that I grew up listening to. They are just mainstream artists now. They are mainstream artists. They're mainstream artists. They are. They are. It's just a fact. You know, it'll start out with one cuss word here, then they under the name of creativity, then, you know, talk about a little girl here. That it just is what it is. It is what it is when it comes to that type of stuff. When you get into the rap game, you have to understand where your morals are. You do. You have to understand where your morals are, because it is a thin line between being on that big stage and being in the youth group concerts. It's a thin line for sure. Taylor said Kendrick Lamar has rapped about his family trauma in the black community. And I know people are going to point out, well, these rappers do uplift the community and things of that nature. I'm not saying that they don't. I'm not saying, and I you know what's crazy? I actually even have an issue with this when it comes to Christian hip hop too. And I'm going to tell you specifically what I mean. Lecrae has a song called Zombies. And I heard a young one rapping along to the song. And one of the lyrics in that song, and I'm going to tie this back into Kendrick Lamar right here real quick. One of the lyrics in that song, if I'm not mistaken, was 17, I think I fell in love with a stripper. Now, obviously, Cray was talking about a time in his life where he was dealing with sinful desires and lust and how he came up out of that. But when you look at a 5-year-old little girl reciting the list, 17, I think I fell in love with a stripper, it's like, no. Because it's like, and that's why I say, I feel like even though Christian hip hop does speak about some of these same things like drugs, sex, money, and all of these things in a way of coming up out of that and positively, I still do think that certain Christian hip hop music should have a rating on it. Just like how there's movies that are PG, PG-13, they're G, they're R, and then there's NA, whatever case may be. I feel the same way about Christian hip hop. I do feel like there's certain subject matter that as kids you probably just going around because like there's certain parts of the song, it's just how they say it. That's the most catchy. And you know, it could be a Christian hip hop talking about, man, thank God I'm not in the club where they're shaking them booties. And it's like, hey man, brother, but I don't know if I want little Timmy, going to school saying, thank God I'm not the clothes shaking. It's just how it sounds. It's just how it sounds. But that is a completely separate issue than mainstream stuff. They talk about how they still do it and how they go do it again and how they do it even though they got a wife and 5 kids. That's what they're talking about in this. So I tie that in because somebody said that Kendrick still raps for the black community, things of that nature. I'm not saying he doesn't. He probably does. I mean, I know he does. I mean, look, come on, y'all. Come on. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. If I see this in a music video, I'm assuming you rapping for the community. Some artists, bruh, they got their posse with them. I'm pretty sure Kendrick does not know 90% of the people that are right here around him. I could be wrong. Now, I could be wrong, and outside of the frame, it's just a ghost town. But yeah, obviously his music has helped people get through whatever emotional or, I mean, it's certain songs that are, they motivate you the way they feel. I mean, they make you want to move. They make you want to do certain things, whether it be good or bad, or they just energize you. They lift up your mood, whatever case may be. It's just, what are you feeding into your soul? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a difference. I mean, there's only so much that getting richer can do for you. There's only so much that, getting a better job can do for you. Getting a new car can do for you. It's only so much. And if we're being honest, a lot of times we get those things and people still not happy. And I know this is supposed to be a Not Like Us review, and then we just turned into an overall discussion. But man, we here with my people, and we're going to tie it back in any way that we can to it. But we got off on this topic and I want to talk about it. And I know that, like, I'm going to be honest, like right here today, I remember when I first started out doing the YouTube reaction videos, had friends, had my boys with me. One of them passed. Rest in peace, my dog Dre. Very integral part of this channel, and I know a lot of times I show him as much as I can, because the amount of content that we're putting out now, I sometimes feel like he gets people don't know. Some people are like, who is that? I mean, he's an integral part of it. Shout out my boy Brandon as well, and y'all are also gonna see more people that come on the channel that I bring on from time to time. But I remember when we were here just talking to ourselves on the camera. We didn't have 100 people in here, 300 people watching live, different platforms and things of that nature. That's not what we had at that time. And then as you start to grow and improve, and the content gets better, subject matter gets better, the way you can articulate and express yourself gets better, things that we were wanting to have at the moment, I wouldn't necessarily say that makes us happier. I've enjoyed it. I've been more excited about things of this nature. But if I were just rapping like, yeah, little homie, get your subscribers up. Bro, what, what? Like, cool. I mean, cool, but how is that going to benefit you or somebody's life? And that's why the biggest emphasis is people oftentimes attribute how good somebody is by how many people they reach. I attribute how good somebody is by if you actually reached the people and made an actual impact in their life. You can have 1 million followers and they have no relation to you outside of them wanting to listen to your music. How many people do you have around you that can actually vouch for you that you are helping them, changing their life, doing something positive in their life, and feeding into their soul things that they need to become a better person? Otherwise, those number of people tuning in, listen, those aren't genuine relationships. And it's hard. I mean, obviously somebody of this stature, this magnitude, whether it be Drake, whether it be Whitney Houston, whether it be Michael Jackson, whether it be anybody, you can't have a relationship with all of these people like that, nor should you necessarily expect to. But when I see people gravitating towards him like this, I think I saw him do a college speech the other day, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think they cared what he said. They were just excited that he was there saying it. People flock to a lot of things, and that's my biggest question to y'all. Why do you feel like everybody has flocked to Kendrick on this situation? Are you saying it's honestly because he is telling the truth about this situation and exposing a lie. And we're in this time now where all this stuff has been coming out about Diddy. That has some stuff about, we're in this phase now within the past like 10, 15 years. It's been a lot of black prominent people who, you know, people grew up loving and adoring that are just getting sliced down. R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Diddy. It's probably some more folks. Y'all let me know in the chat if it's anybody that I'm missing out on. And what is interesting to see, and I thought about this with Drake, these people had probably more people than y'all see right here in this screenshot flocking to them. More people than this. And in months and days and hours, they had that many people who were against them. That many people who were against them. They don't know you like that. But I'm curious. I'm going to go to the comments. I want to hear specifically some people saying weirdo and things like that. When it comes to Drake, I do feel like certain people, certain artists, they do rap above you and at you because they're talking about things that you will never probably be able to do. No disrespect. Some of y'all may. But come on, bro. Riding a camel on a jet. Not saying that any rapper has said that. And if any rapper does say that after this stream, y'all tag me. Y'all heard that bar here first, even though it wasn't a bar. Riding a camel on a jet. You know what I'm saying? They rap about stuff we'll never do. Bro, we got to take kids to school, bro. Why am I rapping about riding a camel on a jet? I know this, and people said weird, and hey, chalk it up to the game. I came up with the weirdest example of something that a rapper may never actually say, to be honest. But I chalk it up to that. It could be one of those things that's like, they like the way you feel, but they waiting to turn on you. They waiting to turn on you. I was watching an episode of Game of Thrones the other day, and we're currently watching those reactions now. So if you want to tap into the channel and follow me, Brandon's also with me on our first time journey of watching Game of Thrones for the first time. Tap into that as well. But one of the ladies said something that is very interesting on one of the episodes that I'm currently editing to get out. I think it is Game of Thrones season 3, episode 6. She said, everybody's friends like to see them fail a little bit. Why? Why is that the case? Why is that the case? That ties into what I was saying about Diddy, about Bill Cosby, about R. Kelly. Now it ties into this little Drake situation. Some of y'all want these accusations to be true more than you want the truth to come out. Y'all want it to be true. Some of y'all don't want this to be a lie. Some of y'all don't want this to be a lie. And that's the part where I was like, you got to check that energy. And that's why when people say, are you a Kendrick or Drake fan? No, it's because if we're being honest, if everybody's honest here, why would y'all want this to be true? And I know Thrice Miles saying it says, because they did it. I don't have the evidence to say they did or did not. I can't do that here. Now y'all can point me to some stuff. I can research it, but y'all not going to catch me on here unless I actually know exactly what was done, because there's a lot of accusations thrown out on both sides. Matter of fact, I was watching the presidential debate the other day. First time react. Hey, we getting into some stuff on this channel. We getting into some stuff. I know we started out watching movies, TV shows, series, some anime and stuff like that, but we kind of broadening things up a little bit. You know, we moving past just the jokes now a little bit. You know, we still gonna have the jokes with it. Speaking of joke, I'm gonna tell this story about, I've been all over the place. I'm gonna tell this story about a joke I was gonna tell in Florida, but then my friends talked me out of it. We were on a boat, right? And it's like a little sunset cruise in Florida. And there's an announcer there as you're going on the cruise. There's like somebody on the PA system on the boat, and they're driving around, pretty much keeping everybody entertained. They're telling like a lot of dad jokes and things of that nature. And we're in a boat, and I would say, and it's not a problem at all. I think within my group was the only black people on that boat. Everybody else was, I think there might have been another family on there that was Hispanic, And then I would say 90% of the people on that boat were Caucasian. Love my white brothers and sisters. And the guy on the PA system was like, hey, I'll open the floor up for anybody who wants to tell a joke real quick and come to the mic. And I was like, I ain't gonna lie. This would be a good little pub for the channel. I had to say something that a good little pub for the channel, but I was like, oh. And then I think Brand was like, you got a joke? I was like, nah. And I was like, I was just trying to think real fast because I was contemplating doing it. And again, I told you the demographics of the boat and the amount of people, it might have been like 70 folks on there. I was about to get up and say, I was like, hey, Brand, I think I got one. I just came up one time. I was like, I think I got one. He's like, what is it? I was like, why do you think black people, I was going to tell him, I was like, why do you think black people grow so tall? And he just kind of paused, waiting for my response. I said, because they're Negroes. And he kind of looked at me. He was like, no, bro, don't say that. Don't say that. And I was like, but I was going to end it with, if this joke made y'all uncomfortable, then y'all should hop on over to YouTube and catch us, man, so we can kind of make y'all feel a little bit better about what y'all heard here today. Love y'all and enjoy the rest of the cruise. And there's like, they taught me that. I was like, nah, bro, don't tell them folks that. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. You're going to get us kicked off the boat. But anyway, it would have been fun. I was actually curious to see what everybody's reaction is. So, needless to say, that did not happen. But I don't even know how we got on that joke situation. Oh, yeah, laughing the joke. We talked about laughing and joking on the channel. With this Drake situation, as we come to a close, with this Drake-Kendrick situation, I feel like it is over. I feel like it's over. I feel like it's done. I feel like it should be done. And if anything else comes out after this, Brother Drake, you've already been fighting against Kendrick, against Metro, against Future, against who else did they say? What's your boy with the big stomach? Ross. It's been a lot of folks. Now, my brother, it seems like you're fighting against the world. And if everybody that wouldn't have turned on him, I would have thought maybe the basketball folks wouldn't have turned on him. They got them at the pop-outs. They got them in the music videos. It's got to a point now. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully God intervenes. Because this could be the greatest example that comes from this ever. It's got to the point now, I don't know if they can make amends without the Lord intervening in this situation. Not with this level of putting stuff on social media like this. And some can say it's both of their fault. Or some can say it's Drake's fault. Some can say it's Kendrick's fault. At this point, it's both of their fault. That's what I would like to see. The same energy that y'all had in coming at each other like this, I would actually like to see y'all publicly put this to bed too. In my opinion, that is the best outcome that can happen to this. Now, caveat being, if any of these accusations are true, we need to get these dealt with. We need to get them, not us, but the justice system, the law system needs to get these taken care of. But if it's not true, man, they had the world jigging to a lie. It's your boy Addison, man, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.